There is a very important combination, I believe, which I think all of you will be interested. Malefics conjoined with each other. See, planetary conjunctions will happen in a horoscope, right? There is rarely you will see any horoscope without yogas, right? And in my system of astrology, right, I consider 19 planets, nine major planets, right? Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. Then five upagrahas and five aprakash grahas, right? Gulik, Kala, Mrityu, Ardh Prahari, Yamakantak, and Dhum, Vatipat, Parivesh, Upaketu, Indrachak. These 19 planets I use. And I believe in all of the astrologers of our times. I am the first one to discuss about it, tell the calculations and tell the uses some 3, 4 years ago. Now everyone is talking about it. But okay, and this is what is called, copying, right? The words are the same, the explanation is the same, and then people are like, oh, we have done this research. So if you have done the research, you use your own words and own terminology to explain it, right? But you see, it is also the same. But however, now because out of this Aprakash Grahas and Upagrahas, Gulik, right? In our Parampara, Gulik is given huge importance. Dhum and Parivesh. These three planets are very malefic. Gulik, Dhum, Parivesh. And there are other four malefics are already there. Sun, Mars, Rahu, and Saturn. Ketu I do not take as a malefic, particularly with respect to conjunctions. I have not seen Ketu behaving as a malefic. Weak moon do not have much beneficence, but apparently does not become a very strong malefic as such. Mercury with a malefic becomes malefic in giving the result. However, with Mercury's relation to the malefic, which makes him malefic, Mercury remains a benefic only, right? So more or less good. In all of these planets, Sun is not a very bad malefic as such. Sometimes Sun is also told as a cruel planet only, not malefic, because Sun is a Sattvic planet, right? Sattvic planet is following the Dharma. So Sattvic planet does not produce very bad result as such. So Sun only give mildly bad results only, not very great bad result. But other planets, particularly Rahu, Saturn, and Mars, because they are tamasic also and they are malefic as well, they are very problematic. So is with Gulik, Dhum, and Parivesh. Now, in a horoscope, if two planets are connected with two beneficial planets are connected with each other, the more stronger the combination, better it is. Exchange is the most powerful combination. After that, there is aspect of dispositor, then there is mutual aspect, then there is conjunction. If two beneficial planets are connected with each other, what have happened? That two beneficial forces have strongly conjoined. And this strong conjunction leads to very benefic results. One example is the horoscope of Indira Gandhi, which have an exchange between 6th house and 11th house. That is an exchange between Venus and Jupiter. So these are two very beneficial planets having a very strong relationship with each other. And this is an exchange between 6th house and 11th house. So the results of the 6th house was very prominent in her life, and 11th house indicates gain only. So from all the significations of 6th house, she have gained a lot. You can see her career, and you will see how the 6th house have very prominently activated in her life. This is there. So when two benefic planets are conjoined with each other, it produces a great blessing in the horoscope. Conjoined with each other, respecting each other, in exchange with each other, it produces great blessings. Great blessings related to the houses involved, as we have just seen the example, right? So say two great benefics are conjoined in second house, 11th house, 12th house, great blessings related to finances is there. Connected to first house, sixth house, eighth house, great blessings related to health is there, etc. Right? Significations of the houses, I believe you already know. Right? Connected to four, two benefics connected in fourth house, 10th house, right? Great happiness is there. Fifth house, ninth house, great blessings are there. Seventh house, marriage is very good. Right? Third house, all the hard work the person does, they are successful into it. Eighth house, I already told you, it is very good for health, longevity, etc. Right? The significations of the house are very positively activated. A connection between one malefic and one benefic is a standard connection. So what is happening in this scenario? Say you can include more than two planets into it also. It does not matter. So see, one benefic and one malefic is conjoined with each other. For example, you say Venus Sun. This commonly happens. Venus Sun combination. Now, what is happening? Venus is getting a bad company. Venus is getting afflicted. Sun is not a great malefic as such. So take Venus Saturn. Venus Mars for that matter. So what is happening? Venus going with a malefic. Venus is suffering. And because of this suffering, the traits of Venus, happiness, enjoyment, luxury, marriage, relationship, contentment, etc., there will be difficulties related to the planet. Right? So if it is Saturn, these things are denied because of laziness, ignorance, or the results are delayed. Or if it is Mars, then one can lose these things because of aggression, bad speech, etc. One have to be careful regarding this. But this is a benefit for the other planet. Right? Say Saturn is conjoined with Venus. Then though Venus is afflicted by the company of Saturn, Saturn is benefiting from the company of Venus. He is influenced by a good planet. So with respect to the significations of Saturn, such as relationship with servants, relationship with dependent people, etc., the result is good. Right? So in a benefic-malefic conjunction, benefic benefits, benefic suffers, malefic benefits. In the life of, see, this is normal life, where one enjoys in some areas and when one suffers in some areas. But the problematic part is when two malefics are conjoined with each other. In this scenario, it is a great problem. See, in the combination of two benefics, in whatever house or Rashi the combination is happening, that Rashi is also having great beneficial influence. See, planets are 9, 19 in my regard, but 9 primarily. Houses are 12. So every house will not be tenanted by a planet, every house will not be aspected by a planet, right? So houses are powerful without planetary influence also. Right? House Digbal, etc. is there, which I have covered in my previous videos. Right? Videos from 5 years ago, I have covered these topics, right? So houses are not supposed to be influenced by every planet, right? Apparently, and because benefics are less in number than malefics, all houses are not dependent on planets for their strength, right? Rashis and houses can be otherwise powerful also. But if a Rashi, but of course, some Rashis will get beneficial influence and some Rashis will get malefic influence. Rashi house both, right? Rashi house is similar in astrology. That's why there is no concept of Chalit Chakra, right? Because we say it is house lord, there is no lord for house, right? For house, there is Karak, lord is of Rashi only. So the house and the Rashi gives very good result because benefics are connected, right? So only good results related to Rashi house is coming. When one benefic, one malefic is there, this is the mixed result that humans have in life, right? Some good, some bad, little bit sweet, little bit sour, right? So mixed result related to the house is there. But with respect to two malefic conjunction, what happens? And particularly say there is Mars Gulik conjunction. So what is happening? Gulik is afflicting Mars, Mars is afflicting Gulik. In this particular scenario, the bodily planet suffers a lot. So Mars Gulik combination, Mars suffers a lot, Gulik do not suffer much, but certainly Gulik becomes very, very malefic. And with respect to the house where this combination is happening, that house suffers a lot. Because by default, house should have no influence, that is also okay. If it have beneficial influence, it is good. Malefic influence is bad. If there are more than one malefic influence, then it is very, very pathetic. So what does it actually do? With respect to, see, let's understand one point with respect to planet like Gulik, Dhum, and Parivesh. When they are afflicted, when they are with a malefic, they do not get the harm because otherwise also they do not signify anything. Like Mars indicates siblings, Mars will be lord of a house, right? Mars will indicate things related to the house, etc., etc. This Mars will do, but Gulik do not have a natural signification, first of all. Secondarily, Gulik do not own a house. So Gulik will not suffer much in the regard, but the house where the planet is situated in, great suffering related to the house will come. Mars will suffer a lot. Because Mars is first of all significator of a few things also, right? Significator of brother, significator of courage, significator of hard work, etc. And Mars will be Lord of houses also. Say Mars is Lord of ninth house. So it indicates fortune. It indicates karmas, right? Ninth house indicate past karmas, etc. If Mars is the Lord of the second house, it will indicate wealth, family, eyes, etc. Right? This Mars will indicate. Now, when it goes into the company of Guli, it suffers a lot. What happens because of this suffering? Things indicated by these houses will suffer. So, say if Mars is Lord of the second house indicates mouth, throat related problems will be there. Second house indicate eyes related problem will be there. Second house indicates family related problems will be there. Right? Ninth house indicates thighs related problems will be there. Ninth house indicates when you become grandfather, right? Children of children, there will be problems there. There will be problem in all of these areas. Because the combination is particularly there, the problems will be there, little problems will be there in all of these areas. This is where you start from. This is the beginning of life. As the life progresses, right? Because God is not coming to intervene you in your karmas. If you are doing something bad, God will not hold your hand. If you are doing something good, God will not stop you. Certainly you will do things, right? See, regarding karma concept, be very clear about one thing: interaction between two people, because the Atma is independent to do the karma. God do not intervene in karmas. So karma from people to people, one person helping another person, one person hurting another person. This is not directed by God. This is the karma you choose to do. Right? So you will get the result. When God have to do something, he will take the forces of nature into it. Right? He will take he will take use of those beings which are not autonomous, trees, animals, etc. And this is how God works, right? Because God does not intervene in the independence of soul. That is the particular reason in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is trying to convince Arjun, right, that you should fight. Like Krishna is God, right? He can make Arjun fight and Arjun will fight. Why he have to give the complete lesson of 18 chapters? Because God do not intervene in the autonomy of the soul, right? Soul is independent to work. So little bit problems will be there in all of these areas. But the thing with respect to two malefics connected in a particular house is that whatever house it is connected in, because that house is suffering, right? Two malefic conjunction, that house is suffering. Certainly, results of that house have to come. And because malefic planets also indicate malefic tendencies, malefic karma, malefic approach, to get things related to that house, one can take on to malefic path, bad karmic path. So if it is 11th house to make money, if it is 12th house to meet expenses, if it is first house for name, fame, and status, if it is second house for money, if it is third house for success, if it is fourth house for happiness, if it is fifth house, then to save the power, if it is sixth house, then for victory, if it is seventh house, then for marriage, if it is eighth house, to avoid the misfortune, if it is ninth house, to bring the fortune, and if it is 10th house for name, fame, and status, one can commit bad karmas. One can commit bad karmas, take advantage of people, take advantage of situations, great propensities there. And as they do it, initially they are successful, because once again, as I told you, in doing karma, you are very free. God will not intervene in your autonomy. And he will also give you time. You will do the bad karma once, you will do it twice, you will do it thrice, he will leave you. But once you become a serious repetitive offender, then you will be punished. So as the person continues to do bad karma with respect to these houses, what happens? Bad result eventually come. And what is that bad result? Whatever you do, the result do not sustain. For example, say two malefics in the fourth house, I have seen a horoscope, like malefics in all of these houses I have seen. But one horoscope example we take, two malefics are there in the fourth house. Person does a lot of bad karma to acquire land and make home, which he is successful in also. He eventually makes the home. He makes the home, he settles in the home, but somehow Vastu related defect is there. right? People in the home start falling ill, etc., etc. In the same home, divorce happens. Spouse takes the child, spouse gets married again. This person remains all alone. Parents, etc., they, one parent no longer live, another parent goes and lives with siblings. So what happened? Result you have got through bad karmas, but the result do not sustain, result do not give happiness, result give misery only. God, nature tells you that you did bad karma for this. Let me convert this into, like you fought for this, this, you say, this jar. This is the story of a king who took the boon that whatever he will touch, that will turn into gold. And eventually he turns his daughter turns into gold, right? The daughter dies, turning into gold. Humans turning into gold is not a thing, right? So this is the point. God tells you that, okay, you do all of this bad karma for this good result. Let me turn this nectar into poison. This is what happens. Why? Because you have committed bad karma, right? God is not revengeful towards you or anyone for that matter. Why he will take revenge? For God, you do not matter at all, right? But you have done it. On the other hand, what I have seen, I have seen a particular horoscope where there are malefics are in 7th house, right? More than one malefic is there in 7th house. 2, 3 horoscopes I have seen. Certainly, malefic is there. So, as I told you, basic propensity is related to suffering. There is suffering in marriage, but the person is not revengeful. Person is forgiving. Person does not take revenge. Person is forgiving. Person remains forgiving. Remains forgiving for some 10, 12 years. But after that, the great result that have came with respect to 7th house, with respect to marriage, is so great that everyone around is jealous. This is the testing time. Right? As it is told, right? The luck tests you, the God tests you. With respect to this house, it is a testing time. If you have patience, if you remain on the righteous path, you are rewarded. But if you get into the lure of Maya, then the nectar will be turned into poison. Keep it in mind and avoid every possible mistake, because once you do something with your own hand, with your own autonomy, with your own free will, then you cannot reverse it, no matter which remedy, no matter what.